really steep downhills with hairpins, typically we end up with a double or triple caution. Just no room for error type corners. Welcome to Team O'Neill, I'm Jamie. We're going to be talking about co-driving today.
170, right 4, stay in the track.
So some of you have probably played dirt rally or they've been out to a rally and you see there's two people in a car. That's your second driver is actually the co-driver. He's telling you where to go, both on and off stage. When you're on the stage, he's got stage notes. Two differences between that is organizer provided or write your own, typically 2-pass recce for write your own, 1-pass recce or 2-pass for organizer provided. Organizer provided is going to be really extremely detailed. You're going to have a lot of smaller details to take out. Make your own style, you're going to have just what you want and nothing more. So when we talk about those stage notes and you're playing your video games and whatnot, you hear him talking numbers and rights and lefts and crests. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So behind me here, we've got our nice little drawing explaining those 6 through 1 corners. 6 is going to be your fastest corner. 1 is the tightest. Throughout that, you've got all these different numbers in between, but you also have a 6 plus, a 5 plus, and so on, and also a minus. So that would mean over here, this one's not quite as tight. A 6 minus is a little bit tighter. A 5 plus, not quite as tight. You get the system there. So each corner's got a plus, a normal, and a minus. Now, as you're starting out, do we want to use all that? No, but it's a lot of good info to have. If you're an experienced driver, it can help you a lot. So we've got our corner type. We'll also have a crest in our notes quite often. Dirt roads very rarely go nice and flat. There's lots of crests, sometimes before a corner, sometimes after a corner. So you'll start listening to those co-drivers' notes on a YouTube video or in your game, and sometimes it might be a right 5 over crest, or other times it's a crest into right 5. That gives the driver a good detail on where to set up for that crest. Am I setting up as I come into a corner, already committed for that corner as we exit a crest? Or am I worried about that corner and then exiting flat out over a crest? So there's a big difference there. So we've got crests, we've got the corners. Sometimes we'll see a caution or triple caution, double caution. Basically, those are big moments that we want to get our driver's eyes up. It could be a big rock in the road, could be an exposure on the outside, and we just want our drivers to pay attention and not go off there, so we'll throw in a caution. Really steep downhills with hairpins, typically we end up with a double or triple caution. Just no room for error type corners. Other than that, we're going to have a kink, which is fast corners going, flat out. It's faster than a 6. You can see through it. There's really no need to call it a 6, but we still want to mention it. And there might be several of these corners linked together. So we might see like a kink 200. Over 200 meters, you'll have several of these little kinks. Jumps. Everyone likes to jump when it comes to rallying, so we always have jumps listed in our notes. That helps quite a bit too, with, again, kind of like the crest, making sure we're committed in the right line, the right timing for that jump. We can also add in a caution jump if it's not really one that we want to go full send on. So we've got jumps, crests, corners. A lot of teams will use the word brake in their notes, so putting in brake before a hard corner after a really fast section can be extremely helpful also. For example, we might go half a mile with nothing but 5s and 6s into a hairpin left, let's say. So you would call it right 5, left 6 into braking into hairpin left. So that's our stage notebooks. When we're off stage, we've got route books that tell us how to get from the start of the rally to stage 1, and then from stage 1 to stage 2, and so on, till we get to the next service. Basically, your co-driver is always telling you where to go. Just one of them is really fast and on stage, and the other one is, it might be 3 miles, take a left at T, more so keeping you on the route that the organizers have provided.
Going back. Never been up here before. Am I going right or left here? It says right, but I don't know why. Through gate left. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Speed limit's 15.
Is this a public road?
Yes.
All right, so recce, we talk about recceing. Some events do 1 pass, some events do 2 pass. Here in the US, we've gone to a 2 pass recce system for most of the ARA series. And what recce means is we are given the day before an event to go out and drive the roads at 25 to 35. It's dependent on the landowners and the local state speed limits. It's all within their speed limits. It's safe, the roads are still open to public travel. Sometimes it's a logging road, so we have to watch out for logging trucks. Other times it's, deep forest woods and we have to be cautious of hikers out on the roads. So we go through, if you've got your organizer provided notes, sometimes you'll see it all crossed off. That means we've gone through, we've already done our recce, we've taken out the information that we just don't need, so that when it comes time to racing at speed, we're not trying to find where all these corners are. Technically, we just didn't see them on recce, so we crossed them out. Now, if you're making your own notes and 2 pass recce, typically your first pass, the driver is just talking out what he sees to the co-driver, and we're starting with just blank paper, and we're writing in what he's seeing. Then our second pass, we go through, and the co-driver will call those notes out to the driver, and they'll still stop and make adjustments. The first time, some corners might look like, let's say, a 4, but when we come through again and the driver's a little more focused on listening and connecting the last corner to this corner, he's gonna say, you know what, I'm coming out of a pretty fast corner into a medium corner, let's downgrade that one a little. Let's say that's actually a 3. So that second pass is pretty beneficial because not only do we see the road twice, we can really make some good fine adjustments to our notes. More so the 2 pass recce helps with the handwritten doing it from scratch system, but it is nice even if you're running organizer provided to get the opportunity to do 2 pass. The downside to that being it can make for a really long day. Sometimes we're doing 200 to 300 miles at 35 miles per hour. It's not a very fun day, but we have to do it if we want to be fast on race day. All right, we talked about corner angles earlier, the difference between those. Now we'll talk about some of the symbols you'll see when you're out on a stage rally if you're looking at the notes from the co-drivers. CR is commonly used for crest. Again, important information. This one right here, that's gonna be your tightens. That means the road, the corner itself might start as a 6, but it becomes tighter later on. Let's say it becomes a 4 late in the corner. So it would look 6 tightens to 4. Same thing with this one, that's opens. So that one we know, starting on a 4, as we exit the corner, it's gonna open up to a faster corner. Slash is gonna be over. So quite often we'll see like a right 6 over crest or over jump. That's an important one. NC, that's no cut. We never want to cut when you hear that. That means there's a rock, something else in there that you just don't want to hit. Narrows is important. That means the road itself gets narrows versus the corner tightening. It could be we're going through a gate. We could be getting into a new section of road where the forest gets a little narrower. Either way, you've got less room for mistakes. Little arrow here, that one's into a lot of corners. We've got a very short period of time from one corner to the next instead of calling a distance. Sometimes you'll have like a right 6, 100 into left 2. This one's gonna happen real quick, so you can kind of link it or think in your mind as a driver, all right, right 6 into hairpin left. Okay, I'm coming out of a fast corner, but that's no room for much on the backside. We gotta commit right 6 into that left 2 or hairpin, whatever we've got. And then LG, that's long. It could be a crest, it could be a jump, it could be a corner. Either way, it's just really long. It just keeps going. Sometimes if it's extremely long, we put an X2, extra long. So same thing with crest. If it gets to be a really big one, we could do very long crest. So there's lots of different terminologies. Every co-driver's got their own, every driver's got their own terms. That's where having your own notes can come in handy because what I hear is one thing as a driver means something completely different to another driver. If you've got your own lingo inside your car, it's gonna work better if you know what you're talking about. You know, if crest doesn't make sense and you want hill, use what's gonna make sense in your mind at that speed. All right, this has been a little Co-Driver 101 class for you guys. I hope it helped you understand when you're, at a rally and you're wondering what these people are reading to each other, or you're playing your video game and you just can't figure out why this guy's yelling at you. If you have any more questions about this, comment below. We'll try and answer as quick as possible. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, this is Chris Sear, CEO and partner at Team O'Neill. Thank you so much for visiting our channel. If you want to join our community, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about us or book a course, please visit teamoneil.com. We look forward to connecting with you.